they carry me go. I just follow it, they carry me go. See your ears with awesome news. Make it to my recover you. Dance to the rhythms and all of the blues. Things that you see on 89.3. Yeah, I'm a living proof with testimony. So many blessings coming easily. Things that you get on 89.3. Tune into 89.3. Yeah, the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred awesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow it, they carry me go. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred awesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow it, they carry me go. Satisfaction on the microphone.
It's Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Magic.
Studio time check says it's 32 minutes past 6 a.m. Good morning to you, dear listener. Thank you so much for tuning to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio, your number one family radio in the whole of all your state. We're reaching you live from Wells Broadcasting House. It's located along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole State, Ibadan. I welcome you this wonderful Thursday morning, today the 15th day in May of 2025. My name is Bolanle Oduekun-Ayoola, and the program is Perspectives Unlimited. We're taking a look at headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in Nigeria. This morning, if this is your first time of tuning to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, I say welcome and I say congratulations because you have made the right choice. When I say you made the right choice, what I mean is that this is a wholesome station that has content suitable for every single member of the family. And the thing is, when you listen to Wells Radio, your life changes for the better. Okay, you get to learn new things, you get to, build yourself up, and you get to be aware of what's happening in your environment. So keep it locked down to Wells Radio 89.3 FM all through the day. If you're traveling, don't worry. You can continue to listen to us via our website, www.wellsradio www.wellsradio893.com. I'll take that again, www.wellsradio893.com. Additionally, you can also find us on Facebook. We're live on Facebook at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. On YouTube, you can find us as well. Wells Radio 89.3 FM on YouTube. Okay, so also follow us for the latest information on all our social media platforms. We're on YouTube. We're also on X at Wells Radio 893. You also find us on TikTok and on Facebook as well at Wells Radio 893. All right, this morning we're taking a look at headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in the country. I'll ask that you go on our Facebook page right now and like the live video that's currently going on. Like, share, and of course, comment. Same on our YouTube as well. If you comment on the live chat, I'll read out your comments and I'll send you a shout out. That's a promise. All right, let's take a look at the front pages of the dailies this morning. On the front page of the Punch newspaper, the lead headline says, Mass failure. Jam boss whips as human error forces Lagos and Southeast receipts. 206,610 candidates affected in Lagos, 173,387 in Southeast. JAMB WAEC meet to avoid timetable clash. That story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. More headlines. NNPCL didn't remit 500 billion naira revenue in 2024. That's from the World Bank. That story is on page 19 of the Punch newspaper this morning. More headlines. PDP crisis worsens as Southeast caucus mulls defection. That's on page 18. More headlines. Afrima 2025 AU Awards hosts city ride to Lagos. That's on page 6 of the Punch newspaper this morning. We have more headlines. Rising insecurity. Tinubu governors to deploy 130,000 new forest guards nationwide. That's on page 2. And that's it on the front page of the Punch newspaper. More headlines on The Guardian. JAMB admits system error, released 379,997 candidates for fresh exams. That story is on page 6 of The Guardian newspaper this morning. Boko Haram uses hard-to-detect armed drones in Borno, OPHK reveals. That story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. More headlines. NERD raises alarm over House officers' plight and exodus of doctors. Fresh killings in Benue, Plateau claim over 23 persons and cattle. More headlines this morning. Luth decries staff shortage, high electricity bills amidst infrastructure gains. Yesterday was UCH, today it's Luth. That story is on page 7. More headlines. Federal government upbeat about reforms amidst criticism over proposed London press conference. That's on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. More headlines. TIV leaders accuse Nasarawa government of ethnic cleansing, land seizure under guise of development. That story is on page 8 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. On the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, JAMB makes the lead story. JAMB admits errors, 379,997 candidates to retake UTME. Oloyede sheds tears, takes responsibility, apologizes. That's on page 3. Oyo government approves 4.5 billion naira for Bodija explosion victims. That's on page 12. More headlines. Wike performing because Tinubu borrowed him from PDP. Ningi tells Senate. That's on page 16 this morning of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. More headlines. National Secretary position. Southeast PDP threatens to dump party if recommends Ude Okoye, PDP management staff back Goshoedo as acting National Secretary. That's on page 3. More headlines. Monetary policy. Reps frown at high interest rate. Lament impact on economic growth. Job creation. NBS set to release latest rebasing report on current living standard, poverty rate, and others. Upholds reports on 133 million Nigerians facing multi-dimensional poverty. That story is on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. Tinubu approves establishment of forest guards. guards to reclaim forests from terrorists and criminal gangs. That story is on page 19 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. I will also see here, shadow government. DSS takes Pat Utomi to court. That's on page 12 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. Now, on the front page of the Daily Trust, the JAMB headline is a bit different because it says 2025 UTME. Candidates seek total cancellation as JAMB admits errors. That's on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper and continued on pages 3 and 4. More headlines, no more coups in Nigeria, says Go On. Okay, discordant, that's on page 14. Discordant tunes over ban on live political programs in Kano. That's on page 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. And Nigeria's insecurity worrisome, says British High Commissioner. That's on page 14 of the Daily Trust newspaper as well this morning. This morning we're going to take a look at these headlines, these stories, trying to make sense of it, trying to take you deep into the stories. And of course, we invite you to join us at about 7 a.m. We'll open the phone lines, and I know that you have so much to say, so you'll be able to join us and give us your contribution, your perspectives into the matters we're going to be discussing. And for that, I have with me analyst this morning, Ms. Alali Kansani. How do you do this morning?
I'm doing well, madam. How about you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good morning to you. Good morning to listeners.
Thank you so much. Now, of course, it goes without saying we have to start with the JAMB issue. I chuckle, but it's not funny. We have to start with the JAMB issue. It's the lead headline on many of the front pages. Now, a quick backstory. When the JAMB results, the complaints and the issues started from when the time to write JAMB was released, which was about 6:30 a.m., and we had parents and even students who had to write the examinations complain about how they had to go to places that they did not know, and how were they supposed to get there as early as 6:30 a.m. Now, after the results were written, we heard little complaints. Little, when I say little, it didn't really make it to the front pages of glitches during the examination. After that, we then had JAMB come out with the statistics, or will I say analysis, of how many people passed the exam, and we're hearing that a whooping 75%, did not get above 200 in the examination, and people started saying, what's the problem? We even had the education minister come out to say, it's because the rate of cheating has been reduced. And we had so many people talk about it. We even had people, compare the statistical rates of people that had over 200, over 300 from 2019 to 2025 and say, well, the difference is not so big. Now, the story started to get even worse when we heard that a young girl, a 19-year-old, I'll use the word we use on social media, unalived herself, due to the fact that she scored a better mark last year, and then she found out that she failed JAMB this year. Then we had JAMB say that, JAMB together with vice chancellors, we're going to take a look, at these results. We also had candidates who wrote JAMB say that we're going to sue JAMB to court, because we believe that these results are not ours. Yesterday, there was a press conference, let me put it that way, at the JAMB office in Abuja, Buhari in Abuja, where the JAMB, the head of JAMB, that's the registrar of JAMB, Professor Ishaq Oloyede, convened this press conference, and sadly, announced or revealed that there was a critical oversight in their server updates, coupled with human error. He said coupled with the error of one or two people, it led to the invalidation of the results for 379,997 candidates in the 5 states of the Southeast, which was camped under Owerri. and then Lagos State. He, explained how, that was found out, how all the data was gotten, how they tried to, upgrade and update, and how they couldn't for this 379,997. Now, Mr. Sani, the aftermath of this is that there are calls for the resignation of the JAMB registrar. On the other hand, there are calls for outright cancellation of the 2025 UTME, with candidates saying it's not only Lagos and it's not only the Southeast. Additionally, there are calls from the Southeast ASU to JAMB to say, oh, this was intentional because you don't want our children from the Southeast to get into universities because you know that they need higher marks. And so many things. Some are even saying that, the tears were just a charade. Some are saying, how could he pen such a press release? Because the press release started with, man proposes, God disposes. And he took responsibility. So I want to know, Mr. Sani, have you seen the press release?
I have.
What do you make of it?
It's nonsense from A to Z. Let's dissect what happened. On the day they were supposed to write exams, it took them to extreme parts of the states. People left Ibadan to go and write exams in Odomosho. I learned from somebody that he was actually posted out of the state to go and write an exam. And you're talking about people who in the range of 15, 16, 17. How exactly do you want them to cope? You would have rattled them before they arrive at the examination center. That's plot number one against the Nigerian people. When these guys were writing the exams, a lot of them came up with all sorts of complaints that people cannot even begin to understand. I heard it on your radio that a guy said someone beside him who was already hard at work suddenly had his computer shut down, and the person started to cry. I mean, how exactly would you expect someone like that to do?
Because it's automatic submission.
Even if you manage to bring the computer up, the person is disturbed already. That person can never do it again in that examination. All of what Mr. Oluwede did yesterday, as far as I'm concerned, was Nollywood 2.0. It's all charade, it's all scam, it's all sham. I don't believe in it. And the reason I'm going to say I don't believe in it is that at the initial stage when people were saying, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, he made a statement and he said, nothing is wrong here. That's the pattern for the last 12 years. I don't know if you can remember he said that. He said that is the pattern for the past 12 years, meaning since 2013, our children have been failing massively. Well, they have not been doing as they used to do, but they have not been failing this bad since 2013. That's on one side. The dishonorable Minister of Education.
The Honorable Minister of Education.
He said that they have done what he would liken to anti-cheating mechanisms, that they have propped up some anti-cheating mechanisms, and that is why people, in all seriousness, with what the JAMB registrar said yesterday, the two of them should resign and go. Let us now ask ourselves one question. Why exactly did the tune change? It changed simply because, salute to those boys and girls. They kept saying that we know exactly what we wrote, and the result you gave us is not the result of what we wrote. They have threatened them, they have said all sort of things, but they never budged. Instead, they kept moving on. They kept, increasing the tempo and the pace. At the initial stage, it was just social media rants. It developed to physical protests at JAMB offices across the country. And they elevated it further by saying that we are going to take you to court. And when Mr. Oluwede heard that, he said, oh, we are sorry. And he said something yesterday that didn't make sense to me. He said it was some sort of sabotage. That's nonsense. Who sabotaged you? And if Mr. Oluwede is actually serious about what is on the ground, he should give a direct order. If you feel like what you got isn't a reflection of what you wrote, come and write again. It's not that you're now going to handpick.
Not only the Lagos and
Southeast. Nope. The situation where the computer switched off happened in Ibadan. So what happened to such a person? It's about saying that if you have a feeling that you got better than what we gave you, then come back, come and write it. And that is, it's not just about coming back, it's about making sure that the holes dug intentionally, in my opinion, to make sure that these children are actually filled up. Number one is that do not start any exam earlier than 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Yes. That's number one. Number two, pick 3 CBT centers of choice, and they are going to send you to anyone that they feel like is okay. Not that somebody is going to register in Oluyole here, and you send that person to Iboluyi when you be hearing voices of people talking in Oyo. I mean, it's not making sense. It is not making sense. There are countless CBT centers in Oluyole here. There are some in Challenge, Okeado area. The point is that you should not be taken out of your local government. If you can do this, then, well, maybe we'll listen to him. But as far as I'm concerned...
Do you believe that instead, JAMB itself should probably have facilities where people would go and write this examination?
It's going to be extremely expensive. For 2 million people, I mean, just one agency, it's going to be extremely expensive. If they can get to that point, fine. But I'm not sure that we are there yet. Let me now say something finally. I'm a very proud man this morning. You know, the stories of the week have actually been depressing me. But out of yesterday actually put a lot of energy into my body. Do you know why? It means that these people are actually listening. Let's relate this to the girl who called the president all sorts of names. All the names are great. I mean, he's fit for all those names, but that's not the point here. The day the lady said that was the day they started paying them 77,000 naira. I'm talking about corpus here. They said, oh, September we are going to pay you. They didn't pay. October we will pay you. November, December, up to March. That the lady said that. That lady made that statement. Pew. They paid all of a sudden.
Does it mean that the children are truly the leaders of tomorrow?
I think so. I believe so. The lady said all she said, and NYC responded immediately. These children have said what they are going to say now, and Jab is saying, okay, we actually made a mistake. And the man was shedding crocodile tears, in my opinion. That is not what I want to see. What I want to see is a radical departure from the old order. That is what I want to see. But, you know, what is giving me joy is that if we speak out loudly, more than we are doing right now, things are going to work in Nigeria. I mean, there is a lesson to each and every one of us in this country. And I should say something as well. These people know exactly what they are doing. All what they are waiting for are the people who are going to tell them that, oh, what you are doing is bad. When the president said, subsidy is gone, he made so very many promises, one of them being that federal civil servants are going to get 35,000 naira extra till they bring a new minimum wage. It took them 10 months between subsidy is gone to the point where they actually came up with a new minimum wage. But he only paid wage award for 5 months. He stopped paying after 5 months. April 28, 2025, Labor Day was about 2 days away. The Office of the Accountant General released a statement saying that, okay, we are owing you wage award for 5 months, and we'll start paying after the April salary. It's not going to come with April salary, but immediately after April salary, we are going to start dropping it 1 month at a time. In my opinion, I believe that they felt like NLC was going to say something about wage award on Labor Day. But for strange reasons I cannot understand, the NLC did not say anything about it. And the people who promised to pay immediately after April salary have not paid a penny till now. They know exactly what they are doing. Rather, they are waiting for us to speak out.
So it points to united we stand,
divided we shatter. Not for shatter.
All right. This story is, honestly very serious because talk about wasted resources for many. I saw stories of parents who said, that was the last 15,000 I had.
They had.
We had to travel.
How did they bring back the girl that unalived herself? That is a total and complete error that nobody can reverse. And in all seriousness, the family should make a peace out of JAM.
All right, the phone lines are open. You can be a part of the conversation this morning. Let's know what you think about this issue. JAMB yesterday revealed that Lagos, Owerri, basically the southeast centers, were affected by what they called a technical glitch, and they're opting for this students affected to rewrite the examinations. They said they're working closely with WAEC because obviously the students are writing WAEC and they have some papers, notably on Friday. They have the agricultural science, and JAM has said they will work with WAEC to see how that can work out. And if it doesn't work out, they will write on Saturday. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning, Ross FM.
Good morning, sir. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
All right. Okay, good morning, Mr. Sonny. My name is Salami. I'm calling from Awoton.
You're welcome, Mr. Salami. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you, madam. Thank you very much. This morning I'm not really happy. And first, my condolences to the family of the girl that had her life. That's just it. However, I believe, admitting the failure on the part of JAMB should not sweep their error under the carpet. That's why it's always good to quit when the ovation is louder. For quite loud sake, Professor Oloyede has already had the peak of his achievements, has jumped something. He ought to have left before now. Now, I think JAM has to pay heavily. They must compensate the family of that girl. That's number one. Number two, Professor Oloyede just have to make amends and possibly leave that place. He has already made his mark and he should leave. Honestly speaking, it's their failure to subject their result to internal checks before result. They should have their statistics. How has it always been? Has it always been this bad before now? They went and rushed to result. They went and rushed to release the result. Now what is happening? So many students are devastated already. And no, this cannot go like this. Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Salami, can I ask a question?
Please go ahead.
Do you believe that the JAM should be rewritten generally across board?
In fact, it's total cancellation. Total cancellation. No, how do I mean? I'm based here in Ibadan. Now, there was a result of a girl or a boy, or let me say a candidate, whose system went blank immediately after he got the paper. And there are similar other results, cases where students were served incomplete questions outside Lagos, outside East. Yeah, the rest part of the country, maybe in Ondo State, Akure, Jigawa, and where have you. Why not singling out only Lagos and Enugu? It's outright cancellation, if you ask me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Salami.
My pleasure. All right.
All right, the phone lines are open, 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, and 0915-333-4893. Mr. Sani, before now, when JAMB started the issue of the age limit, I think that's like the genesis of this whole issue, where JAMB said, if you're below 16, you cannot write JAMB. I believe the initial age was 18.
It was not JAMB per se. It was the minister.
The Minister for Education.
The sacked minister.
But we had the registrar of JAMB also, supporting to say that if you go to other countries, so there are ages for this and that now. After that issue, many people challenged the need for JAMB. We had headlines, and opinion pieces saying that what really is the need for JAMB? People spend money yearly. Why is it, a yearly thing in the first place? Why do we need it when we're still going to write post-UTME? Why can't you just apply with your WAEC results directly to these universities, write their internal examinations, and gain your admission? Let's take a pause on that. We'll take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. Your name and where you're calling from. You're welcome, Mr. Sulaiman. You're welcome, sir. You have to speak up a bit.
Okay, regarding the issue of JAM, I think the JAM boss for admitting that error for that to UTME result, I think I must commend him it will take a sincere, humble, and God-fearing individual to admit his error and take responsibility, especially in a country where such error could be denied. And nothing will happen. So other political leaders or individuals in quality of power to emulate him as well, because no one above mistake, and that is life. But my concern about those students that want to retake the UTME is that who will bear the cost if they retake the UTME on the part of the student? Apart that, what about their safety and logistics? I think we need more answer from the JAMB boss on that. That's my own submission.
Mr. Sulaiman, can I ask you
Yes,
a question?
I'm with you.
Do you believe that the JAMB registrar needs to, resign, just as we've heard?
See, that JAMB, they have found themselves to make money-making ventures for the federal government, which not supposed to be. If they resign, I think it's a good one. But my concern is that if they can strike totally, I will agree. They should allow the tertiary institution to conduct their UTM by themselves, not turn to money-making ventures for the federal government again. That is it.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Okay. Before the call came in, we were so we're talking about the renewed thinking in the question of is JAMB really necessary? Should it be a yearly thing?
As far as I'm concerned, there is no basis for JAMB. That's the truth of the matter. If you want to study law today, when writing WAEC, you write government, you write literature, you write English. These are the same questions that JAMB is going to ask you to come and pick 4 out of to write. I mean, it's like you are just doubling their stress.
And not to forget, they also write NECO. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yes, ma'am. This is Ruth calling from Malacca.
Ruth, you're welcome. How are you doing today?
Yeah, fine, thank you, ma'am. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. Let's have your perspective, please.
Yeah, as the JAMB stuff, the step taken by the JAMB board is really a good one, which I believe will help so many students that are serious with their education to afford this unforeseen circumstances again. So I will just keep imploring the federal government to take education more seriously, because we all know that education is the bedrock of the nation. So they should do more better. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Ruth. Now, aside, what the question you were even answering, I want to take a bit from what Mr. Sulaiman said. Now, in 2024, JAMB generated 22 billion naira and remitted 6 billion naira into the federal government coffers. It also said it paid 2.1 billion naira in staff claims in the year under review. JAMB is a revenue generating body for the federal government.
That's the truth of the matter, and it shouldn't be. You don't generate money from education and healthcare as the government. You shouldn't do that. The moment you begin to commercialize those 2 sectors, then you have lost your soul. As far as I'm concerned, JAMB should only be collecting what will be enough for them to conduct the exams. Anything more than that is exploitation, in my opinion. You don't profit as a government from education and healthcare. So back to the previous question. In all seriousness, it's just about asking the same question twice, and maybe 3 times. If you are writing WAEC and NECO, then you still have to write JAMB again.
Some people also write GCE.
And you still go and answer the same questions during UTM. What's it called? Post UTME. I mean, what exactly is the point? And there is something about JAMB that I do not understand. Come rain, come shine, what is a noun remains what a noun is today. If you ask me what is a noun today, I answer you. No personal place. I think tomorrow you ask me, it's still going to be the same thing. So why then is JAMB asking people to come and revalidate what a noun is every year?
Well, it's not the same set of people.
No, like if I have passed JAMB now, why must I come back again? For one reason or the other, I'm unable to secure admission this year. Why must I come back to write it again next year? Why can't I use the result of last year to
apply to a university
of my choice?
Like WAEC, where you can use it to whenever.
So it shows that the government is only interested in making money. Do you know the reason why WAEC is not like that? WAEC is West African Examination Council. It's across 5 English-speaking countries of West Africa. Well, the federal government, through the Ministry of Education, has a say in what WAEC does. But it's not just Nigeria that controls WAEC. Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Gambia, and Liberia, those are the countries where you are going to have WAEC. So I can say that it is because other countries are saying, oh, let's extend this thing to something that you can carry for life. If it's a Nigerian thing, maybe we would have been writing it every month.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Sani. You can be a part of the conversation this morning by calling the phone lines. These are serious issues: 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, and 0915-333-4893. Do you believe at this point that JAM needs to be written every year? Do you even believe that there is a need for that particular agency at this time that Nigeria is in? Let's move on to more headlines making the rounds on the front pages of the dailies this morning. Now, on the front page of the Punch newspaper, this headline is there, and I want us to, take a look at it. Now, many people have been crying and shouting for state police, but this headline says, rising insecurity, Tinubu governors to deploy 130,000 new forest guards nationwide. It says to curb escalating insecurity across Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu has approved the establishment of a national forest guard system and ordered the recruitment of over 130,000 armed operatives to secure the country's 1,129 forest reserves. Apparently, this was approved during Monday's expanded FEC meeting, and it mandates that each state should recruit between 2,000 and 5,000 forest guards based on their capacity, and their recruitment and training will be supervised by the Office of the National Security Advisor and the Ministry of Environment. Mr. Sani, in Oyo State, Osun State, Ogun State, Ondo State, we have the Amotekun Corps. Isn't this similar to the Amotekun Corps?
It's a waste of time. But that is not where I'm going. Who exactly is going to be paying them? The president,
federal government
the
or the
president is
state?
crafty, is technical in that. I mean, he's trying to hide behind the finger. Is it the federal government that is recruiting? Because if you are recruiting, then you are paying. The federal government cannot be asking states to recruit.
He says the recruitment is a security collaborative effort between the federal and the state governments. Please, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, Ma. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
This is Aderonke from.
Adorinke, how are you doing this morning?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, let's have your contribution.
My thoughts on the 130,000 that is about to be recruited for insecurity is a good one and welcome from the federal government. I just hope that it is not mere paper talk this time around, because we are tired of battling with insecurity in the country, as people are being killed day out and they are being kidnapped. So it is a good one, not just that they should not deceive us and we later hear that they are not recruiting again. So we all see how Amotekun are operating in the southwest here and they are doing relatively very well. So it will be a good one if they are being recruited and they are being distributed to each state. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question, Adorinke?
Okay, go ahead.
Don't you think, or do you believe that these new forest guards, don't you think that their job description would overlap with that of Amotekun?
I don't think so.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is that until we know who is going to recruit and who is going to pay.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. All right,
See,
please go ahead.
I don't know, the establishment of forest is that situated lightly that should help to reduce the best of the activities.
Hello,
What's my
Mr.
concern?
Hello,
Hello?
Mr. Suleiman. You may have to
Yes?
speak up a bit so we can
I
hear
think
you.
the forest guide, the establishment is a great idea, but it will help to reduce the influence of bad activity in our forest. But when the process is wrong, the result can never be right. See, security is local. What concerns the recruitment of the forest guide by the NSC, National Security Advisor, which is always was started in Abuja. So the federal government should collaborate with the local government and the state. That's the reason why some monarchs in the northern part of the country, they agree on state police. State police is the key. So we should start deceiving ourselves. State police, that is the best way to go. That's my own contribution. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
After talking about who is recruiting, I think the next point is what exactly is going to be the mandate of that agency. First.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, madam.
Good morning to you, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Tayo.
You're
I
welcome,
keep
Mr.
on
Tayo.
saying, yes, ma'am. I keep on saying this all the time. This administration has something to offer Nigerians. Forestry Services of Nigeria, they have forestry guards. These people go about with sticks and things like that. Is the same thing going to apply to this forestry guard that Tinubu is trying to introduce? They want to now become the fate of Amotekun, whom we in the Southwest, we are so much applauding and we are so much happy about. You see, this administration is just groping in the dark. They don't know what to do. They just got government, on a platter of gold due to I'm telling you this. I'm very much sincere about this. What I'm saying all the time. Tinubu has something to offer this country. What have our foreign guard got to do with AK-47 carrying H-men and Boko Haram and all these things? They are just sending these people to their island graves. I'm telling you, would they be armed with AK-47? Our soldiers are being killed. Now you are saying that you are not going to replace them with the forest guards in the bush. Oh God, the God save us in this country, oh my sister.
It is well. Thank you so much, Mr. Tayo.
Like I was saying, what exactly is going to be the mandate? Protecting forests. I mean, that's not enough. We need an agency with sweeping powers. People who can go virtually everywhere to instill order. What I am asking for is state police. After state police, the National Border Guard.
National Border Guard.
Yes. We don't have borders. We only have lines. Our borders only exist on geography, in paper. We do not have any agency designed to check what is coming in and what is coming out.
Except for the customs.
Customs, the primary role of customs is to ensure that no contraband comes into Nigeria and leaves Nigeria. If you don't have any passport, you don't have anything, it's not the mandate of a customs officer to stop you. And for immigration guys, their mandate is to ensure who goes in and who goes out. Not necessarily how dangerous you are to public peace in Nigeria. We need an agency that its core mandate is going to be checking whatever is coming into Nigeria, profiling people who are coming here so that we know who is here and who is not here. And if you are smuggling anything, we know too well that, you should be taken out. We need a border guard because our borders are just non-existent. They only exist on paper and in geography when you are, draw the map of Nigeria. Now, like I said earlier, state police is key. I see this as a way to take our minds off our request for state police. Like, at least we are doing something. We don't want you to do something in your own definition. We want something, and that thing we want is state police. Give us state police. State police will have the power to go to the forests, to the towns, even for fence. Should something be happening at Mobile there, will you call people who are in one forest reserve in Oduekun-Ayoola to come and save you in Mobile here? We need people
You
who
may
can
call the federal police, the ones we have
like
already.
we have been claiming that we are responding to the people of Marte in Baruno. What I'm trying to say here is that we need people that the people know too well and people who have sweeping powers to go everywhere. They know exactly what they are doing. It's like the people want us to create another agency, and let's create one that will not actually ruffle the feathers, that will not disturb the current order, and that's not fair enough. We need state police, and if anything else, border guards. State police will secure us in the cities. They will secure villagers, and they will even go into the forests to secure them. Look at what is happening in Benue State. People will just walking into communities, shoot people. It's happening in Sokoto, in Zamfara, everywhere you go in the country. Forest guard will not, forest reserve, forest rangers, whatever name you call them, are not going to have the mandate to go to rescue such people. That's a very good way to waste money. If you're in the forest and you're not disturbing anybody, you shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be there. But it's the SSS that should have the information to say some people are in this place. Let's go and bust them. Not that you will now create an agency of 130,000 people and you say you must not exceed this forest. That's a very good way to waste money.
All right, thank you so much, sir. If you're just joining us, the program is Perspectives Unlimited. We've been talking about headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in the country. We've been taking a look at these headlines, we've been taking a look at the stories, and we've had our listeners also joining in by calling the studio lines. I'll reel them out. You can join us this morning. 0916 0916 8932 2000 and 0915 333 Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, ma'am. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
This is Miriam from Odejai.
Okay, you're welcome, Miriam. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you.
All right, let's have your perspective.
As regards the forest guard, to me it's a good step. But I still believe that a lot still needs to be done in tackling this menace of insecurity, which is why I will urge federal government to consider state police and also grant weapons to the local ones. We keep saying that so that they can all join forces and fight against insurgency. And to the performing Amotekun courts in the southwest, especially here in Oyo State, I will beg them not to relent.
Let me ask you, do you feel, okay, she caught the call, but the question I wanted to ask was similar to what I asked Adorunke. Do you feel that these forest guards and Amotekun, do you feel that it's just an overlap of duties?
For me, if I may answer that question, the truth of the matter is that Amotekun has sweeping powers. What they lack is the gear to do the job.
But they don't use. They have only locally made.
And that's
weapons.
what I'm saying. The gear, like they don't have weapons. They don't. They are not even on bulletproofs and helmets and the likes. That's a disservice to the people of Nigeria. If the president is serious, he should say state police. That's number one. Number two, for the Amotekun guys and co.
Now, sorry, Mr. Lali Konsani, you spoke earlier about who is going to bear the financial burden. But if we have state police, who's going to bear the financial burden? It's going to be the
state government. 100% state government. And that has nothing to do with the federal government. They don't have to go through the NSA or whoever at the federal level. It's just a state government decision. They decide who to employ and how to equip them. And should there be anything not going well, you know who to hold responsible. You don't call the president to come and answer for the errors of the state police. But like I said here, I'm not really interested in forest rangers. Rather, I'm interested in state police and, if anything, border guard.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. We still urge you, dear listeners, to join us on the program. Drop your comments on our Facebook fan page and join us on YouTube, where we're currently live, Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Drop your comment on our live chat on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll read it out and also give you a shout out. Okay, there's this happened yesterday, or rather this story came out yesterday in Oyo State, where the government has, what's the right word here? The Governor Sheyi Makinde-led administration has earmarked some amount to the people affected by the Bodija explosion. This is coming over a year after.
Yes.
And this is just an earmarking. It's not that we have given them the money. It's not that we have given them the money. We have seen these men and women, most of them who are pensioners, retirees, come out to say, "Oh, this is this and that." What do you make of this coming at this period?
Number one is that it's too late in the day to do this. That's number one. Number two is that I am not going to say much until the money begins to drop in the accounts of those who need it. A number of houses went down. People died. They have not even told us how they are going to spend the money.
Apparently, some of the residents even said that proper, what's the word, geospatial analysis has not yet been done in that area. So they're even afraid of rebuilding their houses.
Because you don't know how firm, how solid the soil is. You put something there, the following day it washes away. Nobody wants that. But we need to know exactly the state of the soil before we can do anything. That's number one. Number two, the 4.5 billion, is it going to be shared among those who lost their relatives? Or is it going to be given to those who lost their homes? We need to know how exactly you want to spend the 4.5 before we begin. Because I believe that everybody deserves something. And we need to know how much you are going to... I mean, what exactly was the house that you have? Was it a bungalow? Was it a duplex? I mean, who did you lose? What did you lose? Was it your car? We need to understand further before we can begin to say, okay, this is how to conclude, this is not how to conclude. We do not have enough information for now, but well, justice delayed is not always justice denied. The governor is saying what is making sense to me, but we need more facts, more facts to support what is on the ground.
In addition, the Commissioner for Information, Prince Dr. Oyelade, stated that the Ministry of Justice would ensure the effective prosecution of suspects who are already arraigned in court while efforts continue to apprehend the others still at large. He also made note of the fact that those properties, the two properties, would be, would I say taken
Ground
over
zero.
by the government. And they will also build a monument.
The truth of the matter is that they have not given us the names of the people they are looking for. And I'm interested in a particular name that I have not heard from anybody in Oyo State. In Oyo State government circle. I need a name. Until I hear that name, I'm not going to take them seriously as regards the issue of prosecution, which is actually the most important to me, because that is what to send a signal out to those who are storing explosives in residential areas. They know themselves, it's the same circle. If one of them can disappear for the rest of time, other people are going to remember him and say, oh, this is what he did that made him disappear. Let me not do it.
All right, thank you so much for that. Join us on the program. We have just about 10 minutes left, so you basically have like 5 minutes left to be a part of the conversation. 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, and 0915-333-4893. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, madam. This is Salami calling back.
You're welcome back, Mr. Salami.
Yes, ma'am. Please, I want to make an appeal to Wealth FM. I've listened to a couple of your advocacy programs on this station where you have been appealing one way or the other. Please help us appeal to our youth too, that taking your life over failure is not the best. There are better days ahead. Please, this is some of the things that NOA is supposed to have been doing. They are not doing it. But at our local level here, please come up with messages to our youth that taking your life over failure is not the best. Thank you very much. It's
Thank
sad,
you so much, Mr. Solana.
Thank you. God bless you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Well said. Very well said. Someone was saying it yesterday, although we did see the news, which we're not very sure of, that she got an alert of admission after. Hello, good morning. Good morning
Ruth
to you.
calling back.
Okay, Ruth, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. On the issue of insecurity, whether the federal...
Hello,
can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Whether the cute 130 Amotekun Rangers or not, what we want from this government is to find a lasting solution in curbing this menace. Because these people keep killing Nigerians on a daily basis, which is very bad. So I just hope the government know what they are doing, because we have been requesting for state police. So why is it so difficult for them to do the needful? They should please do the needful on time and stop playing with the lives of the nurses. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for this, Ruth. Mr. Salami, what he said is very, very valid, important. It's in always seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that in a way, so that particular trait can be good and can be bad. I was somewhere 2 weeks ago and they were making jest of themselves. It was very, very difficult to pass English in the 90s. It was extremely difficult. So people threw parties upon passing English in WAEC. You would write WAEC, A's, B's in other subjects, but English. P8, P7. It was not even D then, it was P. And somebody was saying that you could never send the money, meaning I wrote WAEC 9 times. And this person didn't kill himself. Please, if you are listening to us this morning, no matter the situation, exam, life, whatever it is, nothing is worth your life. Absolutely nothing is worth your life. You are going to bounce back bigger. All you need to do is to calm down. That's the very first thing you need to do. Don't blame village people. Know too that things went wrong because you didn't do something right. Strategize. What exactly didn't do right? Sometimes things may go wrong, not even because you didn't do something right, but just because that's how life is. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, West Radio.
Good morning to you, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is George. I'm calling you from Oduekun.
You're welcome, Mr. George. Let's have your perspective.
I want to appeal to our children, the youth, or even to some of the adults, because some of us are even feeling very, very down now. with what is happening around this country. Taking one's life is not a solution to any problem, because it's even an offense against the Almighty who created your life. Don't take your life, because you will suffer it here and you are going nowhere. Your soul will suffer for it. Please, Nigerians should bear whatever these people are doing now and pray to God to forgive. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
That's my personal principle. When things are not working, I first of all blame myself, like to understand what I didn't do well. Then at the end of the day, I say, okay.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, call you again.
You're welcome.
You see, thank you, madam. You see, what is happening in India today in terms of insecurity. So every somewhere I joined this thing, I'm telling you, madam, we have children in the army. About 2 weeks ago, I saw a viral video where Nigerian soldiers were running away from the battlefield. Can you imagine that? It's not a shame. Look at Colonel Oduekun-Ayoola. He was commander of Air Command now. I think he was a brigadier. Where are our brigadiers? I said it on Monday. Where are they? These boys that just about 10 or 9 years in the army. Where are our generals? America will never send a major, a lieutenant colonel to battlefield. They will send experienced and well-exposed officers. If we see them on the telly now. Now, on the issue of those that are hiding somewhere and enjoying the situation we find ourselves, where the vice president was the governor of Borno State when the issue of Chibok came up. Am I not right? Matawale, who happens to be the Minister of State for Defense, was he not having an issue with the present governor of Zamfara State? So what am I saying is that some people are culpable. Some people are enjoying this thing. And it's not good, though. Or the issue of forest ranger that Tinubu knows what to do now. But I don't know whether it's afraid, whether some people somewhere are telling him that don't go this way, don't go this way. Why not? What are Tukana do it or whatever they call it? Where are they? They bought it for this Boko Haram people now, for this insurgency. Where is it? They voted another billions of naira to fight last one we heard about it.
Hello?
People are suffering. People are suffering, madam. Go to the market. Food is unaffordable for the poor masses. There is nothing on the ground. This government is just a fake government. They just came on board to punish Nigerians. That's just it. That is my stake. Good morning, madam, once again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tayo. You can hear the
it's not just
passion in his
it's not
voice.
just Mr. Tayo. It's I feel his pain, but it's something you see almost everywhere you go. So, like I was saying, upon reflecting, I come up with solutions. What do I do next? I mean, those are the ways I confront temporary failures. Like I said earlier, nothing is worth your life. You said something which is actually very right. Like the student that his computer suddenly went blank. That wasn't his fault. But, they have done the right thing. They have spoken out. They need to speak out further so that JAM can also include them in the list of people they want to. And we are saying it right here that JAM should allow anybody who feels like they want to write their exams again to do it. That's it.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Sani, for that. I think this is a good note to wrap up the show on. To the young ones, to the elderly ones listening out there this morning, listen, life is not always fair. Life is not a Nollywood movie. It's not a Hollywood or a Bollywood movie where the good man, gets to wins. Yes, always wins. There's a line we use in the line of this work. We say the show goes on, and that's what life is. Whatever happens, the show goes on, life goes on. What we need to remember is that it is not necessarily about the things that happen to you. It's what you do with the things that happen to you. So when life gives you lemons, there's so many things to make out of it. It's not only lemonade. There are even so many other things. You can decide to even plant those lemons and make a living out of it, by selling it when it eventually grows. So please and please and please, deciding to take yourself out of this world is not the solution. You can always get back stronger. And that's how we wrap up the show. Thank you so much, Mr. Sani.
It is always an honor to be here.
And a big thank you to every single person who called and listened this morning. Don't tune away. The sports guys are here, ready to bring you the latest, the freshest, and the best stories in the world of sports. Please stay tuned.